Hi guys, Mr. Who's the Boss here, and this is my first impressions gameplay of Pixeljunk Shooter Ultimate, which was on a really good sale today. I think I paid about £3 for it, normally about 11 or something, so here we go. So we're right at the beginning here, and I've just started, and I have to say, I kind of like the art style. I mean, it's nice and crisp and all, but it's a little bit sort of faded, I guess. I mean, the colours don't exactly pop, or maybe it just needs to wait until I get to a further on segment. But I would say, yeah, I'm quite liking the art style, but I'm actually quite surprised that this isn't running at 60 frames per second. So you would think, given its sort of 2D nature, that a game like this would actually run at 60 FPS, but doesn't seem to be. So yeah, and this is a sort of ultimate edition of the game, so normally they do tend to up the frame rate, but yeah. So this is, I guess it's kind of working a little bit like a twin-stick shooter at the minute, and I do sort of like this genre. I mean, it works very well. I've played Super Stardust Ultra on the Vita, and that was really fantastic. I mean, I thought that the sort of arcadey sort of elements of the game weren't exactly great, but the actual mechanics of it were perfect, and they just worked. So yeah, I think twin-stick shooters are actually absolutely fine on the Vita. They work much better than something on Android or iOS. So I don't know what this random column thing is below me, so sure I'll soon figure out. Oh, there we go. So at the minute at least, this kind of seems to be pretty linear, so you're just sort of rescuing the people and then going from sort of area to area, but maybe it's a little bit too early to tell. So I mean, the main reason I'm actually playing this, I mean, except for the sale of course, is I actually saw a very good review on, I think it was Pocket Gamer, and they basically just said that even the original game was good, and now that they've added loads and loads of content, improved the visual art style, it's a real must-have. And so considering it was also on a sale, I just had to get it, and I'm a bit of a sucker for these PSN flash price drops. So, I mean, it seems to me at the minute that when you're moving, you can't actually hear anything else but the noise of the engine. And it's not exactly a sort of nice throaty gargle of a, really powerful engine, it's just sort of more of a screech. I would have probably preferred a musical score, something like that of Soul Sacrifice. That had a very good music background track. But I mean, this one does also have some fairly interesting music, it's just you can barely hear it. And I mean, another reason I actually got this was that it does actually have a platinum trophy, apparently. And apparently it's actually not too hard to get either. Well, I do like this. When you go in the water, the sound suddenly stops. It's quite a nice effect, actually. I think that works very well. Very cool. And I think as you approach the surface, the volume slowly increases until you finally emerge. So I've just actually noticed how good the physics of the water are. So you can actually see it's actually flowing very smoothly, and you can really, it kind of looks very lifelike. So I mean, something else I was reading in the review is that the sort of two controlling elements of the game are the water and the lava, and both feel distinct but at the same time quite realistic. So yeah, here is lava. Let's see the actual elements here. Okay, so what it's saying is we're hot, so whenever you're in the presence of lava, I guess you've got sort of a limited time. As you can see on the bottom left, there is a sort of temperature meter, and that's slowly going up. So okay, yeah, so going underwater will cool you down. That's fair enough. Try rotating the right stick. Oh, pretty cool. Quite like the idea of reflecting bullets. Makes me feel like a Jedi. Well, that's cool. I'm not sure how well it actually works. I wonder if you can actually knock the bullets back at them. Oh, there we go. Cool. So I mean, although I am actually quite liking the game like this, I kind of hope there's a bit more to it than just sort of clear an area and then go through, because I know that, yeah, that can be fun if they're adding new elements constantly, but also it can get boring quickly. I'd rather something a little bit more open-ended, and to be honest, with like a 2D game like this, that should be fairly easy to do. I mean, I can understand if it was like a sort of free-roam game, they'd be very limited by what they could do, but on something like this, it should be absolutely fine. So you can actually see this is using an engine similar to that of Rayman. You can sort of see the 3 different layers of backdrop, and they're all moving at different speeds. It gives actually quite a nice subtle effect. I mean, you don't really notice it on first eye, but I've only just realised it now. Pretty cool. And I'm also hoping there's a bit more variation in the environments. It all seems to be sort of gloomy caves at the minute, but yeah, we'll see. Oh, it's actually, there's quite a lot of resistance trying to swim against the current, and I think this game is all about these kind of secret tunnels and chambers and that kind of thing, which is actually good. I mean, it kind of gives a sort of Terraria kind of element to it, or, something a little bit more retro. On a bit of a side note, you probably noticed I actually have a new case for the Vita. Well, I don't know, sort of new. It's actually exactly the same as the last case, just red. So, I mean, the main reason I actually bought this is just because it was 99p. I mean, the price of these on eBay normally hover around £2 to £3, but occasionally someone, for some reason, I don't really get it, but they'll list it for 99p, and then I just buy it. Anyway guys, I'm really enjoying this game so far. Thanks for watching, please give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe for more.